What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Watchers of Realms video with your boy A Star. And today I'm going to go over the Gear Raid 3, stages 19 through 21. I figured since, this one of the events this week that I will show you guys and girls and everybody who my people are that I use for to complete these stages. Now I know not everybody's going to have all these heroes, but I do want you to know that you can pretty much beat this with any of the free to play archers and stuff like that. I mean, and healers and everything. So uh, usually, I feel like if you are at stage 19 through 21, um, you are probably pretty close to end game, if not already there, and looking for different strategies to try to beat these. So I'm just going to be playing them fresh. So it's not going to be with power dominance or anything like that. It's just going to be me showing you how I set up my characters and the people that I use. So without further ado, let's just get right into it um, with stage 19. So first thing I do is I take my Cetrum and I place my Cetrum here to take out the left side. And then I place, and next will be my Silas here to clear out the right side. And over here, you see that little guy coming out of the corner? That's where I place my Alora. And then as you see, Silas and Setchum start firing off at the boss. I mean, it's too easy. With this setup, um, I place my fish dude over here to take out the left side. Now you can use Maul or Nyx over there, maybe even Brienne, because they all do AoE damage to that left side. So just choose who you want. So for Gear 19, I already knows it's going to be completely overpowered. So I'm just going to keep these four out because I'm really not going to need anybody else. But as you can see, you want your two strongest hitters right here in the middle to take out these mobs and the boss. And then you want either a Laura or a Hatsu for the left side. Um, and then you, like I said, you want either Maul or Nyx or Fish Dude over here to clear out the left side. And see, I'm not even having to use this ultimate at all to finish off the rest of this. So let's go ahead and finish this one. Easy peasy. I'll show you the gear that I have them in too. After this is all said and done, I'm going to go ahead and sell this. It's not any good for me. Alright, so then we're going to drop down to stage 20. Same scenario, same team, nothing's changing. But as you know, the BP level changes as you get higher. So same deal here. You also know that the difficulty is harder. So be mindful of that because you will have to strategize a little bit more. Alora back over here again. You don't want to really use your ultimate until you see these two start attacking her. You see, just like it, she's done. And pretty much, um, you can even. I mean, when I say you can pretty much use anybody, you can use anybody because even Zilla 2 and Arrogance will be able to pick apart a lot of these enemies over here, and even the boss. So ground heroes are just as good. Same thing with Aracha here. She will she can destroy the boss in the process. Now, if you don't have a Laura Hatsu, I would recommend taking 2 archers and placing them here facing this direction. So if that boss, or not the boss, but those mobs start making their way down and they got their ultimates ready, you start popping those ultimates to take out those 3, 4, or 5 enemies that come over here. Because I think on stage 21, there's like 5 of those mobs that come out of here. So I would usually, so when I first did this, I pulled my Silas and I placed Silas here after we killed the boss, and then I had Sargok already sitting here. So I'll just show you that on the next stage. Anyways, go ahead and update that. Get rid of this. Okay. All right, so we go down to stage 21. Like I said, same team, same thing. And I used to be at the average level over here, but now it's beyond. So because I grind a lot on this game, if you watch my previous videos, as I stated before, I grind a lot on this game. So I got all kind of different types of gear. All right, so once again, Cetrum goes to the left to start taking those guys out. Silas to the right. And if you remember, Silas is pretty much like God mode on this game. He can penetrate through any type of defense with his ultimate. So once again, we start picking apart the boss. You see, she's gone. So this is what I mean. After, let me place Sargok now. So I'll put Sargok here, then I'll pull Silas. That's a wasted ultimate, but you get the point. And the reason why I used Eunomia because before I got all the good gear and everything, she could heal Sargok, but also she can heal Cetrum and Silas and Aracha over here because she has that bounce heal. So that's why I prefer to have her as my healer, and that's the only healer I need, period. But as you can see, like I said, if you don't have a Laura or a Hatsu, then you keep Sargok here and Silas here or whoever your archers are, and if those mobs, whenever those mobs make their way down, you just pop those ultimates while they're in range, and they should just be able to pick those mobs apart. So like, especially if you got like a AOE marksman that you can still place down here too, they should be able to help, especially Maul because he can actually push them back and everything too. But yeah, that's stage 21 cleared easily. So this is how I do my um, farming, you know, because once you get your cleared, you just set that as your team for your auto fights, and they'll just do the rest. And like I said, so I wanted to show you that way because I didn't want to have the power of dominance on and all that stuff. I wanted to show you how I set my teams up. So as far as the gear goes, Cetrum, I actually got him an A4, and he's wearing, the Warlords, Ancient Warlord set, which that gives attack plus 25%, attack speed plus 30. So that helps out a lot. And the Ageless Wrath, which does a crit damage plus 30%, crit damage plus 1% after making a critical hit, stacking up to 30 times. Very, very good for archers and even some fighters. And then for Silas, same thing. Warlord set. Still working on getting ancient for him, but same difference. And then he has the Infernal Roar as his rings and amulets. So basic attack plus 40%. So Warlord mixed with Infernal Roar. It's just like destruction. It's really good for Silas. And oh, his artifact, I just keep him right now with the Icar Chalice. Increases damage by 12%. When dealing damage, restores 4% of hero's max HP. Really good for him. Just like a self heal. The more he attacks, and with Cetrum, he has the Spirit Siphon on. I'm still working on artifacts. I don't have none of, like a lot of the best artifacts, but I'm working on those now. And then for Eunomia, she has the Taya's Bomb. Increases healing multiplier by 50% when healing a hero with less than 30%. And she has on a Calamity set. One of them was an Ancient. And then some random pieces of gear. Ancient, uh, Insight Bangle, Ancient Wisdom Amulet, and Curse Ring for her gear. And then I don't use Zilla 2, um, so I just got her in pretty much anything. But she does have the Wicked Vengeance set over here. Because, like I said, you can use her to help out in the middle as well. And she will do some stupid damage, just like Arrogance here, because he does ground and air damage. So, yeah. And then for my fish dude, he got on a Calamity set and Ageless Wrath, all the same. And he's wearing a Reaper's Emblem, which increases damage by 5% after killing the target, increases an additional damage of 5%, stacking up to 2 times. This effect lasts for 10 seconds. And man, I don't think a lot of people give him the credit that he deserves. Like, he actually does some amazing damage on this game. If you need a AOE marksman or just you know another DPS in general, like, he's really good. He was one of the first guys he was actually the first legendary that I did pull on this game, and he helped carry me a long way. So I started working on his skills instantly, since he was the only legendary I had at the time. So I really like using him. He's good. And then my Ratcha, if you follow my videos before, she's at A4, and she's in the good old Annihilating Might set, which does crit damage plus 35%. She has one Ancient, and the Night Terror set right now, which is a really good ring here, in my opinion. I do need to extend these still, but if you know anything about in game, ascensions take a long time, because you got to get a lot of those little parts just to be able to ascend them. And by that, you know, I can't pronounce these names. Cuckoo Lock, Kukulkin Spirit, Primitive Spirit, Enchantress Spirit, and then you need these internal bullions, which is really hard to get. But yeah, I mean, I can actually take up a couple pieces of gear right now if I really wanted to. Um, but yeah, that's who I place in the middle, along with Cetrum and Silas to destroy the boss and the little mobs that pop up in the middle. And then the one I consider my MVP, Miss Alora, highly slept on as well. She don't get the credit that she deserves for Gear Raid 3. I have not used Hatsu for any of the Gear Raid 3 levels at all. I've only used Alora. And I know Hatsu is like 30 times better than her, but man, if you just get her some good gear and stuff and you skill her up a little bit, she's actually pretty good. And I love my Alora. She's also in the Calamity set with one piece of it being Ancient. And then Ancient Curse Bangle, Ancient Wisdom Amulet, and the Insight Ring, Ancient. So I'm still, like I said, I'm still working on getting a lot of my gear. But as you can see, I do have a lot of ancient pieces and stuff, and that's just only some of them. And like, because you see from my Sargot, same thing. Um, as you can see, I still made this even work with the Immortal Warrior because it actually both of these pieces actually have really good attack bonuses, crit rate and crit damage and stuff. So really, it's just whatever you have, but you just want to make sure you put the heroes in the best gear. So a lot of times for myself, I just do my quick equip because I have so much gear that I don't want to just sit there and just single out and like, oh no, I'm gonna put this one on this one. No, you know what's best. Just throw it on them, and we'll just roll from there. So yeah, this is my team, and this is how I do Gear Raid Stage 19 through 21, and I'm still working on Gear Raid 1. Um, Stage 21 is like giving me a hard time. So once I get that one done, then I'll show you that, and then the same thing for Gear Raid 2. Which even for that one, I think I'm on stage 20 because you know how difficult that is as well. So, but well, at least it's difficult for me. It might not be difficult for everybody else, but it's difficult for me. I'll keep on showing these videos and stuff if you guys like them. You already know, like and subscribe if you feel the same. And um, yeah, hopefully this helped out a lot of you with Gear Raid 3. And like I said, a lot of these heroes are replaceable, so don't think they are not. But if you are towards the end game and you do have a lot of these heroes, then by all means, I would say use this strategy because it'll help you out a long way. Um, just as long as you got your two strongest heroes in the middle to quickly take down the boss and those other mobs, and at least one AoE marksman for the left side. You know, because like I said, even Maul and possibly even Brienne can take down that left side. So give it a go. And like I said, if you like it, like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.